Romans 4. A Christian is a believer in Christ, a person who has faith. But what exactly is faith? We're told in Romans 4 here that God gives life to the dead and called things that are not as though they were. Now, the context is talking about Abraham, who was an impotent old man, we are told. But God looked at him as if he was a man who had a great seed, who had already had a child in his old age, and who would be resurrected to eternal inheritance of this earth. None of those things was true at the time that God made those promises to Abraham, but God's promises are so certain of fulfilment that he could look at Abraham as if these things had already come to pass. It's not just that God is outside of time as we know it, it's that he knows that his word will come true. And therefore he speaks about things which don't now exist as if they do, because they will come about for sure. So to be a believer, to have faith, is to look at things in the way that God looks at them. To believe that things which are still future are effectively existing now. Now Jesus taught this. He said, "Therefore I say to you, all things, whatever you pray and ask for, believe that you will receive them and you shall have them." We must have a serious approach to prayer, not just throwing a list of requests at God in the hope we might get one or two of them. No, prayer is not a lottery. When we read about hope in the New Testament, the idea is not that we are merely hoping for the best. Hope in the Bible, elpis, refers to a certain definite knowledge, a certainty. And likewise, the Hebrew and the Greek words that are translated to believe or faith mean literally to trust. That's the idea. We are to trust in God and in Jesus as a child trusts their father. What we ask for, what we look forward to receiving from God, will really happen if we're asking according to God's will. That is true, but it is God's will that we should be saved, that we should live forever. He tells us this. And we are to believe, to trust, to confidently expect or hope confidently as a certainty that this is really going to happen and feel that it's as if we've already received it. This is why Paul says there is great joy and peace through believing with that kind of faith.